Starting our corporate presentation, as I told you, the topic would be empowering a job seeker a new way of hiring. So for this, I want everybody out here, please put your hands together for Mr. Venkata Machavolu, founder and CEO from iQuadra Information Services Private Limited. Can we have a huge round of applause for him?
Hey, thank you everybody.
Okay, so over to you, sir.
Thank you everyone. Good morning. I hope you all had a good on. Well, now it's there. So I hope you all had good breakfast. Please do have about 20 minutes of patience to listen to my talk. So yeah, so we are rather, the IQ you answer for the first time talking to the real stakeholders. So this product, obviously I'm in front of the people who are backbone of the company. So the HR, human resources, this is, am I supposed to stay at one place or? Hello? Yep, sorry. So, well, this is for the first time we're kind of presenting a product in front of the HR out here in India. So this is a product that we tried in Atlanta. IQ okay. All right, IQ you answer is I'm kind of learning how. IQ you answer is a product from iQuadra Information Services. It's based out of Atlanta, Georgia. A product that is ago. Guys, I think. Doesn't it be the double dhamaka? Okay. Hello. Yeah. So yeah, let me take this off. I think this is better. Hello. Can somebody help me take this off, please? I got it. So yeah, so this is a product from originated in Atlanta, Georgia. But then last year, July, we opened up our product development team exclusively in a place called Nellore. Anybody knows Nellore out here in India map? Areva, that's nice. Good to see some hands raising. I know the guys from Nellore wouldn't accept that. I mean, whatever I told them, I said, think rural, be rural, go global. But then the guys from Nellore will never accept that because Nellore is perceived as a city. I know there's a lot more development that needs to be done in Nellore to be called as a smart city or a city. But yeah, so we opened up our product development office in Nellore in July of last year. I have our offshore in Pune, Magarpatta city. iQuadra's offshore is in Pune, Magarpatta city. So the IT services, whatever revenue that we garnered from IT services, we've been investing on developing this product since last 2 years. So essentially a bootstrapped engagement. Now, revolutionizing hiring industry. So how? I don't see a delegate who was there yesterday here. I saw a speech on LinkedIn by one of our delegates who attended the summit. The lady said when she was asked to actually move into HR field, she was into something else before. Since she's not here, I'll not take the name. But then, yeah, when she was asked to move into HR field, she asked her boss, oh, why HR? It's all about recruitment. That's a very common global perception. HR guys just do recruitment. But there are a whole gamut of things that we all do. I mean, we in the sense, although me being an owner, when I started up the company, I did HR activities as well. Just to be legal, compliant with all the laws, obviously I have to learn some nuances of HR. Some nuances of HR rather. So let's move into the actual presentation here. Having said that, oops. Okay. So HR, well, these are all the things that you guys do. I mean, there's a lot of things that the human resource guys does. So look at this. If you see, there are about the fourth and fifth items that I see there: job design and analysis, hiring and selection. These two activities pretty much consume most of your time, is what I strongly believe in. So, so the perception that HR guys do, the HR team predominantly does recruitment, is something that's global, and something that one of our delegates did think that, yeah, why HR? Why do I move into HR? It's all about recruitment. But then later she realized, obviously, there's mental health, there is employee well-being, there is benefits, employee handbooks that continuously evolve. So there's so many things that you all do. I mean, I keep telling my technical guys, team, HR is like the quality assurance team within our software development lifecycle. You pretty much are the backbone. For a company to continue its growth and sustenance, HR will have to perform all of those activities that are listed out here. So, keeping that in mind, we thought this product will help you alleviate the pains that you face in recruitment, while recruiting or onboarding any new employees. We should have designed this presentation in a different way, but then I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, let's talk about more challenges in, hiring. So these are all the activities that you guys do, which you all know. Job posting on multiple job platforms, analyzing candidates' data that applied, whoever has applied, go through avalanche of resumes, scheduling interviews, a huge task again. So conducting multiple interviews, shortlisting, and finally extending the hire or shaking hands with the new prospect, right? So it does take a lot of time. We all know the average time for hiring. Yesterday I was talking to one of the director of HR from a company out here who was a delegate. He was saying, as per LinkedIn, it takes around 42 days to do a hire. And he was saying, if we really close a position in 42 days, that means we're doing a great job. Well, 42 days is a lot of time, considering the sort of attrition that companies had been facing in the last 2-3 years, especially during the COVID pandemic times, and with the moonlighting and all that stuff as well. So do you all agree that if you close the job in 42 days, you did a great job? Can anybody raise hands? Thank you. So here you go, I quiz you answer. With this platform, you can pretty much shake hands with your new prospect, rope the person in to your company in about 2.5 days. How is that possible? Let's go through the presentation now about the product. So essentially, this presentation is way too long, so let me actually give you the gist of it in words, and then I'll scroll through at a faster pace with regard to the presentation. So you post a job in Naukris, the Monsters, the Dice, and everywhere, the job boards, right? So you do the same job posting in iQuiz You Answer as well, all right? But when you write the job description, so you describe the things that are needed. For example, a software developer, for example, you need a React developer. So you say React, Bootstrap, CSS, HTML, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of the job description, make sure our product does the white labeling. So for example, the company's name is iQuadra. iQuadra is using this product. Then you will have a domain which is like iQuadra.iquizuanswer.com. Or a Blue Star, for example, bluestar.iquizuanswer.com. Or a Jubilean, for example. I'm not sure if the HR is out here. Jubilean.iquizuanswer.com. So essentially, if I am the job seeker, when I go there, when I click on that link, I'll be asked to subscribe into the URL. into the web application. I'll be asked to upload the resume. A check is done whether I'm ready to attend the interview at that point in time. If I'm not, I can log out, log back in again when I am ready to attend the interview. Be in a place where all those instructions are clearly given. Be in a place where you have right ambience to attend the interview. Attend the interview, and when I say attend the interview, it's a system-generated, AI-generated interviewing platform. And the objective is to make it as comprehensive as possible. The objective is to mimic in-person comprehensive interview. When I say in-person comprehensive interview, the system is actually questioning the job seeker, but typically in across the table, in a table discussion, so you ask a question, the panel would ask the question to the job seeker responds back, then it's sort of a discussion that's enabled when a human-to-human interaction is there. So that's exactly what we're trying to mimic here. For example, somebody says, hey, I'm awesome in JavaScript, or I'm awesome in, let's say, if it's a physics subject, so I am like full to confident in magnetism. Then the other person might ask, means the system would ask, hey, can you elaborate more on the confidence levels that you cited with regard to the subject magnetism? So that's the kind of interactiveness that we are bringing in. It's almost there. Because of performance issues, we kind of roll that back. But then, yeah, so the objective is to make it as interactive as possible. All are open-ended questions. We can enable multiple choice based, or the true-false nature of it. But yeah, so it's all open-ended questions. There is no time limit. Obviously, in in-person interview, there's no time limit unless we interrupt the person. All the proctoring methods are in place. The cheaters, the tricksters, they cannot trick the platform because the proctoring is strictly followed. And any job seeker who does that kind of activity is flagged and put under the, when you log in the admin panel, they'll be at the bottom of the list with a red flag in there. So you can go check that person out as well. Now, after the interview, the beauty of the product is about the performance metrics. Obviously, you don't want to go through an hour-long or a 2-hour-long interview, right? So the video interview. So number one, you can skip through the questions. If you want to listen to the answers that the job seeker gave, let's say for the 4th, 5th, or a 10th, or a 12th question, you can do that, 1. 2, there is performance metrics. Performance metrics, when you look at the performance metrics, you'll see the screenshot of it. It's very comprehensive. So typically, whatever we do as a HR, so the soft skills are tested, the narrative abilities are tested, the way the articulation of sentences is being done is tested. And of course, the subject matter expertise is something that's evaluated. So that's a skill-based subject matter expertise. For, the job seeker can select 4 primary skills. Primary skill 1, 2, 3, 4. We can always customize it in such a way that the job seeker can select more skills as well. The resume is parsed, by the way. If you, with a corporate subscription, you make the job seeker attend an interview, the interviewing skills, the questions that are asked to the job seeker are primarily customized, automatically customized. Again, there's no human intervention here. Automatically customized as per the job description. So the onus is on the hiring managers to put the right job description in place when you post the job. So any questions on that? All right. Let me go through this slideshow real quick. Job seekers, they register, record. It's an interactive AI-driven interviewing, that's done. Recruiters, you can review the performance metrics and extend the handshake. Employment verification is also done, by the way. So employment verification till the previous employment is also taken care of. So it's RRR, well, the one who came up with. So the one which is going to Oscars now. Register, review, and recruit. Typically, this is what exactly is being done. That screen pretty much summarizes what our product does. AI-generated questioning. Again, within AI-generated questioning, there are certain rules in place which will which will make sure the job seeker is questioned as detailed as possible. The question is as detailed as possible. So it will not be like, just tell me what is Python. So it'll be like, well, you said you have a skill which says you're instrumental in setting up an AI-driven platform with all NLP skills, NLP functionality, natural language processing functionality. So could you elaborate on that? So that's something that's generated, but then there are the prefixes and the suffixes that are done using our rules tables. Smart matchmaking, well, most of the platforms do have it, and we do it as well. I think we're smarter. You guys can check that out. Performance metrics, as I suggested, as I told you earlier, performance metrics is done. Proctoring methods, the system cannot be cheated. But again, the cheaters keep evolving, so we keep evolving with them as well. Job seeker search, background verification, yes, which is what I talked about, employment verification. So job seeker records an interview where the questions are generated by AI. iQuadra answer will suggest, you have a subscription as a recruiter, you have a corporate subscription or an individual recruiter subscription. If it's a small boutique shop, you can have individual recruiter subscription. If you're a larger corporate, you can have larger, a corporate subscription, yearly subscription, monthly subscription, whatever it is. So if it's corporate subscription, you'll have multi-licenses, typically like any Naukris or other platforms that you may have already used. So yeah, recruiters, So recruiters actually can, as I told earlier, so I'm sorry, I skipped the slide. So recruiters can actually view the performance metrics, the narrative abilities. So the performance metrics is going to be the Gitas of this platform. So check it out, and when you log in, so it's got everything about the job seekers, interview performance. So I talked about all of these things. Yeah, the tricksters, iQuadra takes care of the tricksters. We warn them as well, do not get caught tricking our system. So yeah, typically like any other job seeker search, you can search the job seekers in our platform based on your skill that's needed. Background verification is done, unlocking the global talent, we're pretty much there. So I love to actually hear more questions from you. Can somebody hand over the mic? Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Arushi. So I was going through the whole presentation, I had this question in mind. For example, if I'm the recruiter and I'm going through the traditional process of, let's say, interviewing someone who's in front of me, I genuinely feel that there's something called the intuitive ability, the higher dimension of intelligence. And I feel that though machines and AI they have a big role to play, and I'm not denying that, but at the same time, I genuinely feel that there's a higher dimension of intelligence that a human being has, and the intuitive ability. And I feel that cannot be captured by a machine, no matter how updated it may become or how brilliant it may become. That's where I'm coming from, and I would like to know your thoughts.
Well, that's, what's your name?
Arushi Chug.
Arushi. Yes, Miss Arushi. I did hiring myself as well. I've been in business in 16 years. I agree with you. So I did a lot of hiring based on my guts too. Yeah. So roped in people, although the skills are not to the T, I felt they're confident, and I thought, let's get them in. But that worked when I just started off. Now I have about 300+ employees across, America and over here. And then the kind of needs that are, as we keep growing, like for example, there's a life sciences company with which we are trying to, compete. So to capture the services of the company, we're competing with Accenture. Now, you know how small a fish we are, iQuadra. When we compete with Accenture, I mean, they know we are pretty good. The company knows, it's Moderna, the life sciences company. So they know we are very good on the database side, on the database management and cloud practice. But yet, they're more inclined towards Accenture. So now I'm in a phase wherein I need to hire about 100 database administrators on SQL Server having experience on AWS. And that's a Herculean task because SQL Server guys are good on Azure platform, not on AWS. So I am working on that, in that area, in order to rope in this many professionals in India. And so think of such kind of scenarios. When you expand, you need assistance. So I agree, that's true. There is this human touch, there is this intuitiveness. I agree with that. But then there is no other go. When we expand, when we grow, if we want to grow faster, digitization is imminent.
So do you feel it's just a thought in my mind, would like to know. So how about kind of training people in this direction, empowering the skill, empowering the employees in such a way that they're so brilliant that they don't take that much time? I totally understand your concern that when you expand and when there's a lot of work to do and the task becomes Herculean, I mean, when the task becomes difficult, I understand then, things have to happen in a very speedy manner. So how about kind of training the workforce in such a way that they're also quicker, more efficient? Because what I feel is, for example, if an employee is sitting right in front of me, I capture a lot just by the way the person is moving the eyes and the body gestures. So much is captured. And I feel the intangible. For example, if I have to capture the fire element in a human being, how much passion that person is. I absolutely believe in the fact that machines have a big role to play. But I kind of genuinely feel how about kind of empowering our workforce, our employees in such a way that they're able to kind of pull this off. Yeah?
Agreed. Well, we are empowering the job seekers. That's our slogan, by the way. So empowering the workforce within an organization, that's a good point. But yet, I think you have an answer in your question itself, which is, number one, empowering the workforce. Number two, scouting around for the subject matter experts in order to vet the interviews. It's not just I'm assuming you're a HR person, right? So it's not just the HR's involvement when you hire subject matter experts outside of your domain, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the availability of the SMEs is a big question mark as well. Even if assuming that you found about 100 job seekers who are qualified, you filter down through the resumes, you eyeball. So that bias is also eliminated, number one. In this platform, whatever bias that we typically have, innately every human has. I myself told, based on the guts I roped in certain employees when I started off this company. So which means I knew them beforehand, so there is a bias associated there, right? But I was confident, that's true, and it worked out well for the company, that is true. But again, other job seekers lost an opportunity just because I went by the guts, not by the skills.
I totally agree that it takes care of the bias form because a human being also has that error element which gets taken care of by the AI. Thank you so much. I learned a lot in this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Arushi.
Hi, my name is Devashish.
You are the devil's advocate. Please, go ahead.
No, is it not that? But I consider myself as a huge visionary. So I just gone through one of the software a few years back. That was the dream software for talent acquisition. So I have shared the same thought, concept with your team anyway before I got the answer. Here the bell rang and I have to be here. So I'm just going to share that entire process which I have gone through. That software not launched in India, but that's the best one. So we only have to feed the JD, then the AI tool itself going to find out JD and as well the competitors. Then AI tool with the whatever portals we have the tie-up, automatically going to search the CVs, automatically going to shoot the mail to the candidates.
Can you be a bit louder, please?
Okay, so the AI tool automatically going to find out the CVs from the portal we have tie-up. Integration is possible that way. Then the AI tool is going to shoot the mail to the CVs relevant candidates, whomsoever it find it. Automatically going to conduct the interviews, and it's a visual interview. And then finally, it is going to let us know the results with the only 2 or 3 candidates. So it's an easy task, but very finely defined, step by step. So in this concept, where this tool is standing.
And what's the name of the product you said,
I
sir?
just missed out. It's a 4-year back. It's not launched.
Because
It's a
I
US
think
based.
your colleague was talking about Iris, IRIS.
I just missed out the name. It's a 4-year back, pre-COVID. But I tried to search. I tried to connect. Some Mr. Bhattacharya was there. But anyway, not able to got any response from there. So that was the dream tool. Because then I need not required any manpower in recruitment, just one manpower to coordinate even 100 of jobs. That's my interest, PNL obviously, to support the business and make the things faster, quicker, and biased free. So this is first question. Second question, in few slow progressive profiles, we need not like to hire the best candidate. So with this kind of tool, how we are going to find out the average candidate? We don't like to hire because it's a slow progressive profile. We like the person to join, learn, and then grow. So these are the two questions.
Perfect. To answer to your first question, I'm not sure what product you are mentioning about. At least I think it was your colleague Manish. Was it Manish?
Yeah, Manish was also there.
Manish was there. Manish was referring to Iris, Iris software. So that's more of introduction video is what he said. So it's not a complete subject matter expertise evaluation. So the person, like for example, if I'm the job seeker, I log in, I get a video, a question maybe. Because I know Anthem, anybody from the United States here, Anthem is a Fortune 100 company. It's, so they send out video questions, but the camera gets switched off. Or here, it's like, again, the objective of the product is to mimic in-person comprehensive interview, to mimic. So there is no human being on the other side, right? So that means the camera have to be on all the time, which means the job seeker will have to sit in a place which is like ambient enough for him to attend an interview, okay? So having said that, Iris just does, as from whatever I heard, because my marketing team would have done their comparative analysis, I'll look into that. But it's introduction video that's done, and then based on the introduction video, they probably would be doing a transcribe. 4 years ago, transcribe was not that great. Our accuracy is 93 to 97%, whereas I'm not sure how it was 4 years ago. So, and then they shortlist and then give it to you, shortlist the candidates, and then again, you may have to do another round of interview. Once you gain trust on this product, obviously, as soon as you start using this product, the trust is something that it gets built. I mean, we are human beings, obviously. We start looking at things with a critical mind. We have to as well. So once you build the trust on this product and the metrics that we generate, once you start comparing your thought process and the metrics that are generated, we are 100% positive that you will start embracing this product and you'll start hiring candidates within, within 2 days or 3 days. So that, yeah.
AI capabilities can be checked and trust on later on. It's okay, fine, I understand that thing. But what about aiming for the competitors, finding the relevant CVs, getting communication with the candidate by their own, having the video interview by their own, and then let us know the interview. We have to just feed the JD competitors, that's it. So this tool is capable to find out the competitor itself, or we have to feed, or whether this kind of tool accept those kind of feeds or not. That's another question.
Can you elaborate on that, or re-explain rather?
Okay, so I don't want to elaborate anyway, but I'm from CNS Electric Limited. So my competitors are in domestic, it's maybe the Havels, L&T, and maybe the few international competitors like multinationals, ABB, Schneider, those kind of things. So we normally try to hire the candidate from the competitor to gain the business result faster. That's the whole approach. Every industry is doing that way. So finding a electrical engineer is even possible from FMCG. Even it is possible from a mechanical firm who's into mechanical business. So finding this kind of CV is very easy. Electrical engineer is fine. But finding from the competitors, that's the KRA.
Fantastic question. And we did thorough research on this. Asif, my classmate, I'm from Sriharikota, by the way, Space Central School, Sriharikota, have a fantastic alumni. Sriharikota is the rocket launching station. I hope you guys know that. So Asif and me sat together in Nellore office. We went through a complete, we built up an array. It's a great question. I know this is where I was struggling. I did my chemical engineering back in '96, but then moved into computers right away, worked in Mumbai, so it's all IT. I forgot engineering aspects of it, of whatever that I learned in college. But it's all domain specific. So FMCGs are, the heavy industries, heavy engineering industries. There are like about 7, 8 job sectors within core engineering platform. And you talk about FMCG, for example, there's supply chain. So within supply chain, there's demand planning, there is procurement, there is investment, inventory management. So it's a whole lot of huge matrix that we built. And in each of those job roles, you probably would need an electrical engineer or a mechanical engineer or a chemical engineer based on the nature of business, nature of core business, right? So I think that you're talking about that. So yes, the way we generate questions is the idea is about grabbing the content from the World Wide Web, not the questions. Grab the content based on the subject, okay? Let's say, for example, demand planning. So you go across the World Wide Web, capture the content for the demand planning, and then churn up the questions. So churn up the questions. The AI engine will generate those questions, and then applies our rules table to make the questions as elaborative and as clear as possible. So it's not like a chat GPT generating questions. I know chat GPT became famous in the last few months. We've been working on this engine since last 2 years. And our deep learning models are entirely different. And that's something that we built on our own. So I hope I answered your question. We took that into consideration. So earlier, my thought, before I met Asif Basha, so just about 2 months ago, my thought was core engineering as a job sector, mechanical, chemical, aeronautical, this is how naive I was. I mean, I pronounce it as naive, but I think it's naive, right, Monica? Naive, our English teacher in the company. So naive. So I was really naive, and I thought this is how the job sector should be. But then, my friend who has been into industry, another friend, Shivaji, who joined hands, he's been with Japan, he worked with Nissan Motors. They are in the industry. So they enlightened us, hey, this is not the way it is. So, but the beauty of the product is, you name a job sector, you give us a job role, we can come up with questions. There are 160,000 questions at this point that we generated based on the content that we parsed through in the World Wide Web. So it's not the questions that you see in a Mind Magics or some question sites. It's the questions that we generated ourselves using our algorithms. All right, sir?
And what about the second question?
Could you please tell me the second question again? Sorry.
We don't, for a slow progressive profile, we don't like to hire the best one.
Yeah, I got it. So are we done? Okay. So yeah, the admin panel, based on the metrics, it's going to list out everybody. We are not rejecting any job seekers. For example, let's say in an IT industry, TCS, especially in services industry, I don't need rock stars everywhere. I may need, when I see the sort of bidding that we do with these companies like Moderna's or Home Depot's, the kind of cheap rat race that we are into in IT services, like competing with TCS's, Syntel's, because it's all volume business. We go with very low rates. And that means I cannot keep all rock stars. I cannot have a Hemant, all Hemants in my team, or a Nitish who's standing outside. I cannot have all Nitishes in my team. It's got to be mix and match. So that's something that's taken care of. That's on the due diligence of the hiring manager in terms of who to be picked and what salary to be offered. So you have the rating, you have the scores. And essentially, job seeker, we're trying to educate the job seeker as well, because this platform, because it's stakeholders here, I am just presenting the hiring platform, but the idea of the product is to empower the job seekers. So I think, so Arushi asked about this, about empowering the workforce. My objective is to empower the job seekers, because there's no platform for a genuine job seeker. There are a whole lot of fake profiles. Whole lot of, I know it may not be in the core engineering field, but if you get into IT, you look into the resume, I know it's like fake. So, I mean, many, I'm sorry, I'm not demeaning others, but in general, genuine job seekers are very far and few. So, this platform helps, empowers the genuine job seekers, because you get 1,000 resumes, the top-notch resumes probably could be sidelined because even the fake resumes look so strong. So that is also a helpful feature for all of the entire team out here. So you have the skills, so you have the metrics, you have the percentages that are scored for each skill. Now the onus is on you, the audience out here, to pick horses for courses or the rock stars.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope, sir, it's all done.
Short.
Okay, so thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. Can we have a huge round of applause for Mr. Venkat?
And I apologize for the presentation. We did not curate it as per the needs. But then, yeah, my bad. We will be prepared for the next summits. Thank you.
Okay, so for the felicitation, I would like to call on stage. Please put your hands together for Mr. Mohit Saxena, Head Human Resources from Bajaj Energy. Can we have a huge round of applause for him?